Thank you for holding this hearing, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Burke, for testifying today. I want to begin our conversation discussing prevention. A top priority of mine has been sending my Protect Taiwan Act to the President's desk to ensure China understands the repercussions of threatening Taiwan. How does the Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence think about deterrence and the value of prevention before approaching sanctions?
Well, thank you for the question. Part of what we do, we support the Secretary in his engagement with international community on a range of issues. When it comes to that issue, we have, sanctions are a tool that can be used to prevent certain, behaviors or to change certain behaviors, but that's just one tool of many, and we'll continue to support the Secretary in his ongoing diplomatic engagement.
There's been no shortage of debate on the effectiveness of various economic and diplomatic sanctions regimes on altering bad behavior by our foreign adversaries. How does TFI define and monitor success when implementing sanctions? When do we know we're making some progress?
It's a great question. And it sometimes can be lots of different ways to approach that question. And every situation is different. There are some, sanctions have a cumulative effect over long periods of time. I think if you look at Iran, we've had sanctions for decades with different periods of maximum pressure, which we've of course been on since President Trump implemented that last year. And that has a long-term degrading effect, which I think also open up opportunity for the use of different tools. And then we also have circumstances that require where sanctions can be used to disrupt certain actors or prevent certain actors from obtaining financial services that would be used to support illicit activities.
Will the gentleman suspend? We'll freeze the time here. All those in attendance are reminded in accordance with Rule 11, Clause 4 of the House of Representatives to observe standards of dignity, propriety, courtesy, and decorum traditionally observed by the House and this committee. The witness now may continue.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So there are different circumstances that the sanctions will have a different effect, and we look at different ways of being able to measure that, whether that's a long-term objective or something that's more acute.
Can you expand on your written testimony about how does TFI work across agencies and in coordination with the private sector to ensure everyone is contributing to the defense of our national security interest?
Thank you for that question. I do think it is not only a lot of the illicit finance issues are a whole of government approach, but the private sector plays a very important role. A lot of times, banks have been seen or see themselves as the front line in the fight against financial crime. So we have to make sure that industry has the appropriate information and can be encouraged to use the appropriate tools to identify, prevent, and disrupt various types of financial crime. And so we do work very closely across the interagency, particularly on international activities, but we work with the private sector to make sure they're well equipped to address those risks.
Thank you very much, Secretary. I appreciate the mission of your organization and how difficult it is. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.